I like to use snow days as days to renovate high tunnel spaces. And so recently, the other day, we worked on renovating the larger high tunnel out at our neighbors, clearing up the pathway, waking up the compost heating system, and doing some other tasks. Juan started by clearing the walkway of kale, which is kind of sweet. The plants had grown so well that in order to even get through one of the walkways, we had to harvest a whole bunch of greens. Wonderful problem. I took a little simple battery and hooked it up to an extension cord and a bilge pump in our pond. There's not ice on there yet, so we can pull water from the pond to start watering the compost bin, which got very, very dry, using some old scrap hose to bring over to the bin. We'll look at that in a moment. Really, the work is to go through and take all the weeds and piles of material that have been thrown in the walkway all season and accumulate them into our compost ring on the far end, so it's safer to walk and a little bit cleaner looking. Here is the compost heating ring that we set up that I really like the basic idea of, and this is where we're going to send all that material. So here Juan is turning the old stuff that had dried out very, very thoroughly, really, really dry by the end of the summer. So we're using pond water to just get some hydration back in there to wake it up so that it can keep doing its work. We're not expecting to get extremely hot compost from this, but just get the process waking up again. Once that's going, we can start taking the debris from the walkways and loading it into the compost ring. So Juan's using the fork here and scraping and accumulating will smooth out the walkway. We might do some other experiments with the walkway later, but for now we just want to get it clean and simpler, easier to walk. Very informal process here of material in, moisture in, so it's kind of bopping the hose around. The ice water from the pond definitely is cooling it down, but it's helping wake it up. Underneath all that is some beautiful compost. Dumping material all summer in the walkway begat some beautiful worm casting, so I'm stool layering figs and perennial kale with that. Compost pile is filled a bit more, certainly can put a lot more in there, but it's nice having something like this in a space this size. It's a great destination for material. And now the walkway is a lot safer and smoother to walk through, to come in and harvest from. This tank, this is a whole other project, but we have our rainwater collection system from up on the hill freely pouring into this tank now. And so the next step would be to cut overflow valves in the top of that tank and send it to flood irrigate these different gardens. We'll detail that in another video soon for sure. Pathway is clean. We can think about a compost windrow in this walkway for the winter to radiate heat through the whole system this winter, but that'll be for another time. Little bites on days like this. It's time to go back in and have some coffee and warm up by the fire. And there's our high tunnel. We can close it up for the day for now. Little winter projects, a real pleasure in weather like this. Thanks for watching.